9 Hidden messages in famous logos. McDonald's, Golden Arches. Everyone knows that the golden arches represent the M in the name McDonald's. Most people believe that that's just what it is, the M. Well, back in the 1960s, a design consultant and psychologist named Louis Cheskin said that when customers see the golden arches, that they unconsciously saw the logo as a pair of nourishing chest. According to Cheskin, anyone who is breastfed would have an automatic reaction to the golden arches. Personally. But for some, the big M looks like a couple of French fries. Well, that's just as tasty. Baskin-Robbins. Millions of people love Baskin-Robbins ice cream. At first glance the logo looks like ABR, which many people believe stands for Baskin-Robbins, which of course it does. But if you look closely, there's also a 3 in the letter B and a number 1 in the letter R, that represents the 31 flavors of ice cream that Baskin-Robbins offers on their menu. They come up with one more flavor, that logo will no longer make sense. Domino's. You might be interested in the little-known intentions behind the iconic logo. Obviously, the logo is based on a playing piece for the game dominoes. You might think that dots are random, but just like the many logos you see every day, there's a lot more thought behind every detail than you might notice at first glance. Each of the 3 dots represents one of the original Domino's pizza stores. The plan was to keep adding dots for every new franchise branch they open. It's probably a smart move that they stuck to the original 3 dots. Apple. If you have an iPhone, Mac or an iPad Nano for your favorite tunes, you probably see this logo every day. Even if you don't, we're all super familiar with the Apple logo. It's iconic. Literally, that's what designers call symbolic logos like this, rather than typographical, also known as written logos like Coca-Cola. The current Apple logo that we're familiar with isn't the first design the brand had. You've probably never seen the original Apple logo, which is an illustration of Sir Isaac Newton sitting in the shade of an apple tree. This is a reference to the famous story about how he supposedly discovered gravity. It's a far stretch from their ultra-modern current logo. The first unveiling of the apple shape we're familiar with came in 1977. Although at that time it was filled with bright, vibrant colored stripes, representing Newton's work with prisms, a few people believe that the byte in the logo could refer to the computing term bytes. But the logo's designer Rob Janoff once said that hadn't been the intention. In truth, the byte was added so that the shape would still be recognized as an apple from a distance, instead of looking like a cherry. Amazon. Now the Amazon logo is pretty self-explanatory, since it was designed to focus on clear typography so that the brand's name can be recognized instantly. Most people know that the yellow swoop is modeled after a smile, making you associate the brand with a cheery feeling. But the swoop also starts at the letter A and points to the Z, which is Amazon's way of claiming that they sell everything from A to Z. Cisco. On the surface, the logo of the network company Cisco seems pretty simple. The company's name appears plain as day beneath several vertical lines. However, there's more to it than meets the eye. The blue stripes at the top signify both an electromagnetic wave and the Golden Gate Bridge. That's a nod to Cisco's San Francisco routes, which is also where they got their name San Francisco. Interestingly, using lines and logos can have a significant impact on how an audience perceives a brand's identity. Vertical lines subconsciously evoke feelings of strength and sophistication. They seem enticing and powerful, and they draw the viewer's attention downward, often directing it to the brand's name, like in the Cisco logo. Unilever. The Unilever logo appears on so many of the company's products that we use every day, but most of us have never noticed that on closer inspection. The Unilever U logo contains symbols that correspond to the company's diverse product range. Beats by Draize. clean and simple logo is just a lowercase b followed by the brand's name, right? Well, actually the circle that surrounds the B represents a human head and the B is meant to represent someone wearing the headphones. Wendy's. Anyone who's seen the Wendy's logo and the Wendy's commercials believes that the logo is to represent the red-haired daughter of the owner, Dave Thomas. Well, this is partly true. If you look closer though at the collar of the red-haired girl's shirt, you'll see that it spells the word mom. This is to let customers know that Wendy's food is as close to your mom's home cooking